Today we're going to do my son Colin.
Why is the camera like that?
I don't know.
You gotta fix that. Look.
Yeah, it's messed up. I mean, glooming or something, one of those buttons.
Alright, ask me a question.
How has mental health been a factor in your life?
Well, mental health mental health can benefit you and it could be your downfall. The reason why it could benefit you is because I'm not gonna say it makes people feel bad for you, but it tells people that you're a little different and they want to take their time with you. But a bad thing about mental health is, or ADD or whatever you want to call that, is it like we're not like normal people. We can just click on to stuff normally. It's a little harder and takes us a little more time to click on to stuff. Ask me another question.
That was the bad. What was the good?
No, but good is people. Not every person in life is a bad person. Some people see that and they want to help you out. So the thing that could benefit you about having a mental illness is some people will try to help you. So yeah.
Tell us some of the stories you remember, some of your most prolific stories and things that stick out when you think of your childhood. What sticks out to you?
What sticks out? Well, my childhood's crazy. I was in a group home for 5 years. The group home. I was in a group home for 3 years. The good thing about that is they noticed I had ADD or a mental illness, and they took their time with me. They helped me. They gave me medications, and it wasn't even that bad. It was pretty sweet. We would go to Delta every year. We were always getting taken care of. We always had food. So the good thing about it is if you have something wrong with you, not everyone out there is wanting to hurt you. Some of them, they want to help you. So a good thing about that is I had extra help versus another normal kid. He wouldn't get special treatment like I did. I got some type of special treatment. So it wasn't all that bad just because I was a little special ed, you know?
Yeah. I tried to explain people's role in Uncle Bob and how he played in Christian C and all that. Can you elaborate a little bit?
I don't know what to say based on that. What do I say?
How about I know you've dealt with all kind of different issues. Tell me about things you remember when it comes to defects.
Well, personally, I don't like the government and the system. I'm not saying like defects. They're okay people because they try to put you where you're associated in, like they try to put you where you fit in at, but I don't know.
What can you remember about dealing with defects?
Defects was they're very nosy because they would always want to check up on you for no reason. So
you remember that?
I remember everything. I do. I remember everything.
Tell about it a little bit.
About the group home or just anything?
Defects.
They would come to the house a lot of times. I couldn't remember if it was once a month, but they would come and check in. They would come and check in on me and pull me out to the side and have conversations with me. So I don't really remember everything, but I remember a little bit of them coming and check up on me. So a benefit about defects is they would come and talk to you, but the thing that's not good about defects is they would try to pull you away from your family. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to take me away from my family, I'm not going to say it's a good thing because I want to be close as I can to my family. So a good thing about defects is they would come and talk to you and try to help you, but a bad thing is they would pull you away from what you love. So that's all I can say about that. Ask me another question.
How often do you remember dealing with the police the past few years?
Well, I didn't really deal with the police a lot, so I don't know.
The hell you didn't? In Roswell?
You talk about when you and Zach used to fight and shit?
Yeah, all that.
Well, if y'all want to know, I don't know. If y'all want to I look like a Mike Jr. on this bitch. Thomas. Well, if y'all want to know some crazy shit, y'all need to go check out my Instagram. It's a Collin Man. Wow. Go check out my Instagram. I'll share some crazy ass stories with y'all and shit. But the police is crazy as hell because they would come out of nowhere. You'll never know and expect the police to show up. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to help you here, but I don't know what to say.
I told people about you guys stealing the car and
doing
donuts.
I got something for you. Thanks for remembering that.
On fire.
I remember one night, right? I'm gonna give you a nice little hookup for this story. Okay, one night, me, my brother Zach, and a friend named Tristan, we snuck out at 2 in the morning while my mom and dad were sleeping, right? They had no idea what was going on. They're sleeping. We snuck out, right? We went and I'm gonna say this on camera because it's already too late. It's already said and done. Me and my brother Zach, we were just hitting licks. We were just in and out of people's houses. When we were done hitting our licks, we got a couple $100. We already knew we were doing robberies, so we weren't gonna do any robberies anymore because we don't want to get locked up. We just needed some extra cash, whatever, whoop-de-woo, right? But eventually we couldn't go back home because it was already too late, and we didn't want to be loud and wake them up and them trip on us because we're already out doing bad shit. So we needed somewhere to sleep, basically, right? We couldn't go to Tristan's house because the door was locked. Couldn't go back to the hotel because mom and dad would have killed us. So, you know what I'm saying? We went to a dealership right next to the hotel right there. Remember the Harley Davidson? We went by the Harley Davidson, right? We broke into this van, right? We broke into the van and we lit a fire in there and we started smoking in there. And Zach got in the car and drove it out the parking lot. I ran over to him when he went down the street with a car, and I said, "You're about to go to jail for not just armed robbery, but burglary, but some other crazy charge, because you already stole the car and you did that on top of that." So I told him to get out the car and put it back. You're doing too much. This crazy motherfucker, right? He comes up the road in the car, he parks it, and then he says, "Collin, we need somewhere to sleep. Where can we go?" Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is my fault. My crazy guy said, "Let's camp out in this van right here." So we go inside the van, we just start a fire, and we smoke all night in that van. Let me tell you what happened next morning. We get out the next morning. We see this guy in the hotel smoking a cigarette. He was on the phone. He saw me, Zach, and Tristan, right? He saw us three, and he already knew we were up to no good. So he was on his phone, so I already suspected he called the cops. About 2 seconds later, we're walking up the street from Burger King, just going back to the hotel room or whatever. And I just see 7 cop cars in front of us, behind us. "Get on your knees. You can't move. Get on your knees." Well, they ended up arresting them two. They let me go home because I was a little kid at the time. I was like, what, maybe like 13, 14, whatever. I was a little kid. But they let me go home. They two got locked up for that shit. But, yeah, I could tell y'all all kind of stories. If y'all want more stories from me, you can DM me at Collin Manuel, my Instagram. There's so much crazy shit on here. We can make videos all day long. There's so much stuff you just don't know. Ask me another question. I'm gonna answer one more, and I'm gonna give it back to you. What's one more thing you want these people to know? Ask me anything. I've never told no lie.
What'll happen to you when you wild out on your family and your folks? What's gonna happen to you?
So me, I had to learn the hard way, right? I was staying with a black guy who was a felon. His name was Will. He was don't think just because someone is a felon it automatically labels him a bad person. He was a great guy. He was a good man. But he got tired of my shit, so he was trying to get me to man up. But what happens when you wild out, when you disrespect, nothing but bad energy is going to come your way. You might not get caught up today for stealing something, but it's going to come back on you, and it's tenfold. It's going to come back worse. So when you disrespect your parents, you wild out and you think it's all cool, it's a rush, it's all good for the moment, it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass, and you're gonna wish you never did that shit. Like, I used to think it was cool to disrespect, cuss, but as I got older, I realized that same attitude you're not gonna have, because you're gonna need those same people that you were treating like shit. So the moral of the story is, nobody's perfect, but it's about what you make of life. It's about what you can do. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. So, I mean, just all I can say is do your best, you know. I probably look like an idiot saying all this on here because I don't really know what I'm talking about, but they get the memo or whatever, you know.
Just.
Yeah, you should delete this. I look like a straight retard. I don't even know what I'm saying. I was just trying to help you out.
I only know what we're gonna label it. This is Colin, my son.
Hey, delete that and we'll make a new one. You hear me?
Stay ADD.
No, delete it and make a new one.